it's Miss Andie again, bringing you this week's craft. As in weeks past, I generally do a craft after Miss Mel's story time. And this week, her theme was fantasy and mythology. So I thought, what a better thing to do is to do it on unicorns. See? Anyway, so I'm going to show you the finished product first. Here you go. And yours can look as different as you want it to be. This is just Miss Andie's creation. So, first, what you do is, I included a template, and all it has here is something for you to cut out. And afterward, you trace it on a piece of newspaper. And then you cut out the unicorn out of newspaper. And it looks like, and I made a couple different ones. Now, you can't use certain sides because you don't want it to look like that. But this is a good one. And you see, each one is different. Of course, you can't use that side, right? And you have to make sure that when you find the newspaper, that it has mostly print in it. Although you can use that, all right? But actually, you can use this as maybe pretty too, depending on how you want it to turn out. So I am going to take, let me see which one I like. I'm going to take this one. All right, and it's going to be the opposite way than my other one. See, already, no two crafts look alike, because when you create things, you want them to be different. So here's the one I'm going to use. So what do? I take my good old glue stick and I glue this on. Some of my glue sticks work better than others. I don't think this is my favorite one, but I think we'll still be okay. And then I turn it around and I put it in the middle of my, by the way, my white cardstock paper. If you don't have cardstock, you can use construction paper, and you don't have to use white. But white really shows up all of the decorations that we're going to do. This is called mixed media. By mixed media, it means all you're using, and Miss Andie does this a lot. She likes to use a lot of different things that feel different, and some shiny, some flat, some furry. And that's called mixed media, when you use a bunch of different things. You can use buttons, you know. So, but this week, we're using, first thing is newspaper print. So there is my unicorn. And that's after you trace it and you cut it out. Here's my template. I did it on a colored paper because it's easier for me to trace. Okay, so here's what I traced on a piece of newspaper. Okay. So after I get that done, here's where your creativity comes, because basically a cutout is a cutout. So the first thing I did this time is I took that same template and I had some glittery cardstock. Look at this. This is cool. It's got the best colors. And if you use your 50% off, or actually I don't think Michael's is giving you quite as good a deal as they used to. I guess now that AC Moore's not competing with them, they can charge more. I don't know. But anyway, I buy when I see it, when it goes on sale, and I just stock it. And I've got a lot of stock in my house. All right, so I traced it from this as well, and I cut it out. And then I glue it to the horn that I have here. Now, of course, the other one doesn't even open. All right. All right, so now oh, that's because it's new. It's probably better too. All right, so then I'm going to put some on that point there. I'm going to show you. There you go. And I love this glue because it's purple and you know where you're putting it. And then I'm going to stick my horn on it. And his horn goes, or her horn, goes kind of pointed down, like her head. And then it looks like that. Okay, now I think we're ready to start. The next thing I do, and this is done usually before, and I did this afternoon. I took newspaper, and see how cool it is? It's all different colors. You know why? It doesn't come that way. I used my handy watercolors. Again, I think I got this at AC Moore, but it pays to get more colors because then you can use more colors. So then I started experimenting, and then I let it dry, and I have this little portable fan, and it made it dry really fast. Then I cut it this way because you want to see all the colors, right? And then I cut it into strips, maybe this big, right? I'm just going to show you because I do have some already. So see, maybe we'll cut two. And I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, now you see, you get to see all the colors on this. Isn't that neat? All right, and then I cut this into strips. All right, so let's cut this in half again. Right? Kind of make those even, right? So then we have a bunch, right? Now we take each one and we fold it like an accordion. All right? You know how to do that? Like a fan. When I was a kid, we used to get really hot, and we didn't have, our buildings weren't all air conditioned. It was in the old days. So it was really hot. And in school, at the end of school year, it got so hot, you didn't know how to cool off. So we made fans out of paper. Just like I'm going to show you how to do it with the little one. And when you make a fan out of paper, we would take it and we would use that to cool off. It worked. Not as good as air conditioning, but it worked pretty well. So then I'm going to take some of my pretty pieces and I'm going to fold them like an accordion. Now when you fold it like an accordion, you go back, and the little guys might have trouble, but sometimes just go get your big sister or brother or your mommy or daddy, and then you just go in and out. Actually, we used to do some gum wrappers too. All right, there. And then it looks like an accordion. I guess today a lot of people don't know what an accordion is, but it's a musical instrument. And you play like this, and it goes, okay? So then we take each one of these, so we make a couple. All right, so I'm going to show you. And each one has a little different coloring in it, which is so cool. Now, for you little guys, you don't have to do the following step, because I'll be honest with you, I think it looks just as good with just these. I mean, I did it with some, I'll show you, I did it with some ribbon too, but you know what, it was a little bit of a pain. So you guys, I'm going to show you how to do it just using the accordion strips, okay? So we're going to do a couple more of these, and then we're going to place them every so, just around the edges of the unicorn cutout. Okay, so I'm going to make a couple. You know what, when I watch some of these tapes on YouTube of crafts, a lot of them have music in the background. They don't say a word, they just have music. And I think, wouldn't that be a good idea? But I thought, nah, I want to talk to you. I don't want you to just see my fingers and hear music. But maybe one of these days I'll try it. It surely will calm me down. Okay, so I have a bunch. I don't know if I'm going to use them all. And I try to keep them about the same length and the same width. Width means wide. But guess what? They're not. So, all right, let's take what we have. And I'm going to show you here how I do it without the ribbons. All right, I take my glue stick and I do a nice little right there around the edges. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. There you go. And then I am going to take each one of these, and I'm probably going to have to cut them after because they're going to be a little bit too long. But first, let's just put them around. Should I sing to you while I'm doing this? No, I'm not going to do that. But I'm just going to show you. The good thing is some of them don't need to be shortened because you have more room here. All right. Okay. And then I'm going to take my little scissors and I'm going to snip a little bit here, here, and here, and here. I'll show you what that looks like. Ta-da! All right. So I said that I wasn't going to do the ribbon today. Again, you can do it at home. Let me see if I add a couple more of these in here. All right. This one's a little thick, so I'm going to make that a little thinner. Okay, and put a bunch of these in. All right, so you can make a whole bunch of these if you don't want to use the ribbon. All right. Okay, put my here. And maybe one more. Here we go. Okay, put one right here. And just hold it down a little. Ooh, I like the way this looks. You know that? Okay, and then this is what it looks like so far. Then I'm going to put an eye. Now you can have a googly eye. You can draw an eye. I save my eyes that I make. So I have a big, big hefty bag. Not hefty bag. What am I talking? I have a storage bag. A baggie full of eyes that I've made in the past. And then I'm going to take my eye and I'm going to stick it, let's say, right there. Show you what that looks like. Ta-da! And then I am going to put a little cute little nose. You know what I do have? I have these little hearts. You don't have to use those. You can put whatever you want. But I thought a heart would look really cute on there. Actually, I'll use the littler heart. And since it's so little, it says you can glue it. It says it's, but I'm going to put a little bit of glue right there. All right, so that's so far. And then take your Sharpie and you're going to make a smile. Yeah, right around the corner, right? A little bit messy, but that's okay. And again, you draw it however you'd like. All right. Miss Andie's seen some great things that you kids have made. All right. And then, if you want to snazz it up a little bit, I got these. I think I got these at the dollar store. You can, everybody likes a little bling. So, I am going to put some bling on my unicorn, right? There we go. I like these because they come off in a strip. Let's see. Maybe I'll put 2 rows right here, huh? What do you think? I like mine bling. Real blingy blingy. All right. And guess what? I'm finished. Here we go. This is my creation. And again, I told you, each one looks different than another. I hope you have a good time doing this. Please send me some of your finished products. I'd love to see them. I love you. I'll see you next week. Bye.